It's your favorite Compas, and we are back with another edition of Compas on the Beat. On this episode, we have our quick recap of Monday Night Football, or as John Sutcliffe says, Monday Night Football matchup between the Broncos and the Bills, plus our takeaways from Week 10. We also have our usual segments, NFL Power Rankings, Burial of the Week, Una Mas, and this week on Avocado Roast, we give our favorite historical films to watch. Which reminds me, Gilberto, don't you have a question for our viewers and or listeners?
Yes, I do. And this week we're recording on Monday night, so we're fresh off that terrible game from the Bills and the Broncos. And then we are in a short week because it is Victor's wedding week. That's more important than week 11 in the NFL. That's right. But the engagement question of the week.
Speaking of engagement.
Engagement? Oh, yeah, it's actually a nice little connection there. Engagement. Will the Bills, they're 5-5. They lost to the Broncos at home. Will the Bills miss the playoffs this season?
Ooh.
And if you're on the audio, there you go. Audio people, we don't forget about you. We make you do more work, though. Get over to YouTube to comment, will the Bills miss the playoffs?
One individual that told us a long time ago that the Bills were frauds is Dan and Daygo. So let's go to him now.
Welcome all to another glorious Wednesday. You already know what it is. I know what you're thinking. You're saying, I know that voice. I know who that is. I know what program he's on. You're thinking to yourself, it's Dan and Daygo. Yeah, you are absolutely right. Because not only is today Wednesday, not only is today one day closer to the weekend, not only is it hump day, but it is the day your favorite program, Compas on the Beat, drops a new episode. You already know what it is. You already know what we're getting into. We're getting into all the week's takeaways from the NFL. Shout out, we get into it. We got our power rankings, which I'm sure is going to piss off a lot of people, but shout out to all you for listening. Make sure you get in those comments. Let that stooge, that scumbag, know how wrong he is and how much of a curse he is to everyone's favorite team. Shout out to all of you. We also get into our avocado roast, our burials, what. You already know we do it all here. So shout out for all you for making the right decision on your Wednesday and tuning into the program. But anyway, I know what you're all telling me. Enough of the dilly-dally, Dan and Daygo. Let's get with the program. So all the way from across the hallway, play the music, Fernando.
Welcome to Compas on the Beat. I'm Fernando Ramirez. I cover the Charge for the Sporting Tribune. With me, as always, my co-host, my tag team partner, Gilbert Manzano. He covers the NFL for Sports Illustrated. What's up, bro?
What's up, Fernando? Now that I think about it, when you called me your tag team partner, I remember at the SoFi Stadium press box, our guy, Joe Reedy, the compa of the show, walks by and is like, hey, where's your tag team partner? I'm like, he's over there eating. You could find Fernando. And I'm sure you went over, you guys hung out for a bit, right?
Oh, yeah. He came over, he sat down, and we just started talking. Well, you met Joe Little, so him and,
yeah. He was a character, yeah.
Dude, he is one of the funniest dudes ever. Just like the stuff that we talk about. I'm telling you, like, one of my first few days at NBC, I got in trouble because I would, like, him and I would bro down. Like, we would literally, like, say hi to each other. We'd flip each other off. We'd chest bump. Like, people would just be like, okay, like, you guys are obnoxious. So, yeah, it was pretty funny. But
so Joe Little and Joe Reedy in the same table with Fernando Romero.
Exactly. Yeah. So we were just talking and he treated Joe the same way he treated you. And Joe's like, I like this guy. And I start laughing. I'm like, yeah, he's a character. But yeah, so obviously it was interesting to see you. Obviously, it's always great. I think when there's no football season, we kind of barely see each other. We see each other here and there, but ever since you moved far to a land far, far away, it's been a little bit more difficult, I guess, because I used to pick you up on the way over to SoFi. So
yeah, and now I'm bothering people for parking passes. So those were the days.
And you're not able to get out of the parking structure.
Oh man, yeah, it's a quick story. Yeah, I got stuck in the parking lot at SoFi Stadium yesterday because I left like at 8:30. It wasn't even that late.
And I had just left too.
Yeah, you were like 10 minutes before me. You know how when you try to get out, it's like a little thing that goes up and down. I don't know how to say it, but usually it just goes up, and then you get out, and this time it wouldn't go up. That sounds weird to say again, but then when you
and then with that motion, yeah.
yes. So I got stuck, and the security guy was like, he thought I was gonna try to pull a fast one. Like, no, you got to pay. Like, who are you? And I'm like, what do you mean, who I am? Like, let me get out of here. So I was in the parking lot for like 20 minutes. So what I just did was I found a different exit, removed the cones, and just left because there was like actually a line behind me, and people got stuck in the same thing, like 2 other cars. Moved the cone, and I was a hero, and we all left.
No, and and honestly, like folks, when we tell you, I left like 15 minutes before he did, and it was fine. Like I was just like, wow, okay, that's pretty interesting. So
The cutoff 8:30, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess there's a cutoff. I think it's usually you and Pop that are like the last ones to leave.
Yeah, usually. And Pop, I don't know how long he stays after me, but yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. But all right, let's bring the fellas in and see how they're doing. Vic does not have his usual background. I think he is Oklahoma. Vic, how's everything going with the wedding and everything? Are you ready?
Pretty good. Just getting all the final things ready to go. But
don't watch Runaway Bride. Don't watch any of those movies. Like, stay away from those movies.
No. As I told the guys, I was like, "Hey guys, I'm getting married this week, so it's pretty."
Gilbert,
cool.
I imagine right before he gets married, it's gonna be like in Love Is Blind. Like all you guys are just gonna get together, and there's gonna be like our charcuterie board and stuff, and you guys are just gonna be talking. And are you actually gonna go through with this?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the corner talking to people. You think he's gonna say yeah? You think he's gonna say
no? Yeah, but obviously, Gilbert, anything else to say before?
I don't know. You got me thinking now.
Bring him on. I want to hear it.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Let's go, bro. You know what that security guard was asking Gilberto? You know what he was asking him?
What?
He said, "Who are ya? Who are ya?"
I'm just Gilberto.
He can't say Elon Musk took away his badge.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, I'm not even verified. Can't even show off. Like you did, Fernando, that one time at the airport.
That's right. Let's pour a cold one out for our boys over here with no verification anymore, dude. Shout out to the old days.
Welcome to the club.
I'm still an expert, okay?
I do hate that they took that away though, because it's like now any idiot can get the blue check mark, and I'm like, I see tweets, and I'm like, wait, is this to be trusted? Like, is this a real person? And then you do your deep dives and everything. So that kind of sucks.
When I have garbage takes, at least I'm getting paid for garbage takes, right? I'm verified. But I'm ready
to get into some of those.
I was gonna say I'm ready for whatever you have today. I'm ready.
I can't jump the gun. Sometimes I jump the gun. Then we get to the segment, I was supposed to bring it up, and then I have nothing. So I gotta wait for my spots right now.
Dan, I gotta ask you. The Broncos end up going into Buffalo, and they end up upsetting the Bills.
Going into Buffalo.
Yeah. Russell Wilson basically was a game manager. Josh Allen had 2 turnovers. Just 3 turnovers, sorry. How did you know, Dan? They're 5-5 now. They're out of the playoff picture.
Frau, it's tough sometimes being me. You know that? I just wake up in the morning, and the first thing I do is go to that freaking bathroom. I piss excellence. It's unbelievable. I just don't know. I don't know how to do it. I look in the mirror. I say, Dan and Daygo, that's not your name anymore. You're Nostradamus, because Nostradamus struck twice at least this weekend.
You just woke everybody up in Oklahoma.
So I don't want to hear any more nonsense. Put some respect on my name, like the kids say. It's just, I don't know what to tell you. Like this team, and you know what's funny? You asked me, when did I know? I knew. I can't remember if it was the AFC Championship or the Divisional, when there was 13 seconds left or 30 or whatever, and the Chiefs were at the 25 or whatever. They had all 3 timeouts and they went prevent. Why the hell are you going prevent when they have Tyreek Hill and one of the speedsters? They get like 20 yards on the first play. Obviously, they kick a field goal win to go on to the next round. So ever since then, I've known they're absolute frauds, especially the way they got dismantled by the Bengals last year in the playoffs at home. Huge indicator. they have problems over there in Buffalo, dude. Their window, I think, is quickly closing, and they didn't even get the 4 falls to try and go get a Super Bowl. So
Dan, before I send it over to Vic and ask him, this is what's left for them. Jets at Bills, Bills at Eagles, Bills at Chiefs, Cowboys at Bills, Bills at Chargers, and Bill Belichick's last game. Oh no, Patriots at Bills, and then for the final game of the season, it is Bills at Dolphins. Dan, they are 5-5. Do they make the playoffs?
Do they make the playoffs? Actually, I don't know what other teams are around there. The Texans are getting hot right at the right time too. It's pretty tight. The Chargers have a bad rest of the way. Part of me wants to say yes because I don't know who's on the table, and I feel like they're probably a little bit better than
The
some
Steelers, the Browns.
Oh yeah, they'll make it. If those are the wild card teams, I think they'll make it. I don't think
The Bills are tied with the Colts and the Raiders. FYI.
Yeah. The Steelers to me are pretenders. And by the way, I freaking hate both of you because you're making me root for alleged offenders over here on Sunday because I'm sick of hearing all this Raven love. So I'm gonna say they do. I'm gonna say they figure it out and they make one of the wild card spots. I just don't think the Steelers are really that for real.
Well, you know what? Let me go with Gilbert. What did you write, or what did you?
Yeah. Well, first of all, you know, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and when people have a good take, I'm gonna give them credit. So, Dan, you were right on this from the beginning because when the Bills beat down the Dolphins, people were like, "Look at the Bills; they look amazing," and we fell for the trap, and you didn't. So, you know what? Shout out to you. See, I could do it. You know, I'm nice.
Clip this for me. Clip this for me.
Okay, and they've been pretty bad since that game. Like let me break it down. They lost to the Patriots. Almost lost to the Bucks, almost lost to the Giants, lost to the Broncos, beat down by the Bengals. This team is terrible. Only lost to the Jaguars. Like they're not good right now. So they're below average. I don't think they make the playoffs because what you said, Fernando, they have to play the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Dolphins, the Chiefs. Like they're probably gonna maybe win 3 more games, maybe 4 games. Is that enough? 9 wins in the AFC? I don't see. You got to, like Victor said, you got to win at least 10, and then. At some point, we got to accept that either the Browns or the Steelers are going to make the playoffs because they just kind of find a way. They're better. They're well coached and they play defense. So that's one spot right there. My laptop is shaking because the cats are going crazy, by the way. But, you know, it's just a very competitive AFC. Like the Texans are going to hang around. The Texans have an easy schedule. They just beat the Bengals and it's going to get easier for them. I know they have to play the Jaguars too, but, you know, it's going to be tough to get in there. And I'll be shocked if they do it because like I wrote today, like Russell Wilson outplayed Josh Allen. And again, Dan, more credit to you. You can't trust this team because Josh Allen is reckless with the football. He likes to force throws. And I was telling you before we recorded, Fernando and Victor, like Troy Aikman on the broadcast, he's like, well, you got to live with the mistakes. He's so great. Elite skill set, backyard football. Like this guy does a lot of amazing things. Outweighs the pros and the cons. I'm like, no, you don't see Joe Burrow doing that. You obviously don't see CJ Stroud. Like, it's gotten to a point where
whoa.
Patrick Mahomes. I can't forget Patrick Mahomes.
Did you hear this disrespect
right now? Mahomes has been doing that all season long.
Did you hear this disrespect
but
right
he's
now?
Won, okay.
You're not going to mention the son of Odin, who has only 5 picks in the whole year?
Fine. All right.
Damn.
When I think best of the best,
the quarterback is the problem, though.
I don't go
my quarterback's the problem, apparently.
Another conversation, fellas. But I don't go to Justin Herbert. I go to Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. They're the standard. This is why he's much better. These guys are much better than Josh Allen. They are the standard.
You got some low standards. You got some low standards, guy.
Pick your arguments because that's a terrible one. Yes, I get Patrick Mahomes hasn't been that great as well as CJ Stroud earlier. But, like, can you win a Super Bowl with Josh Allen? Like, I don't know. I guess, when Brett Favre was turning over the ball, he won 1 Super Bowl, right? So, I'm just, starting.
No, I think Brett Favre became a gunslinger after that. Like, after that Super Bowl, kind of more with age, I feel like that's when he turned gunslinger. This kid's been Gilbert. You weren't there yet. The first year that the Chargers go and play in there, they picked him off like 3 times, and he was just making ridiculous throws where you're like, "What? Like, why are you?"
Allen's rookie year?
Yeah. Allen's. Oh no, it was 2018. It was right before you got there. Allen's rookie year.
Yeah. Well, there was that one game where Nathan Peterman got.
That was the year before. The first year in LA. Yeah.
R.I.P. to that.
By the way, My favorite Twitter account is Shooter McGavin. Is it the real one? I don't freaking know.
It
But
is. I'm telling you, it is.
He's like, this is Josh Allen.
There you are.
I just want to go back to your point real quick with can you win the Super Bowl? Let me tell you this. I learned very quickly after Peyton Manning did it with the Broncos, give me a field general who's going to get you in the right checks, protect the football, and make smart plays over the gunslingers. I learned right there. It doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be sexy. You just got to be smart, dude, and protect the football.
Yeah, that Super Bowl taught us a lot about, hey, like Peyton Manning was broken down, but Cam Newton was the one making the mistakes, the turnovers, and stuff like that.
Fumbles, holding on to the football.
But Vic, what did you make of this matchup?
Yeah, I picked the Bills to go to the Super Bowl just because I thought that, you always have that one team that finally gets through. And I think where I got it wrong was I picked the wrong team that was finally going to get through. And we'll see who it is this season. The way it looks right now, it's, as you talked about, Fernando, you mentioned earlier on the live, you said the Eagles, the Chiefs, and who was the third
the 49ers.
team? And the 49ers. And I think you're right. I think those are your right now, those are your contenders. But going back to the Bills, as we were talking right before we jumped in to do this episode, we talked about McDermott and whether he's going to be on the hot seat now. And now, that a team is always going to choose a franchise quarterback, and the one that takes the fall is the coach, because you're not going to trade your franchise quarterback. And whether you like it or not, we know what the trend is. We've talked about Brandon Staley. We talked about these defensive coordinators. You're known for your defense. Now, I'm not blaming the defense for this loss here, but and also the injuries had just hit him. I don't want to make excuses for his defense, but somebody's going to have to take the fall, and it's probably going to be McDermott, which is unfortunate for him. But, as I think I sent you guys something where somebody was comparing the fact that Sean McDermott is Tony Dungy pretty much with the Buccaneers, and it's going to have to be someone else who comes in and takes over his players and takes this team to the next level. I think as Dan and Daygo pointed out perfectly, I think they lost that window, or this team, the way it's constructed right now, lost their chance when they lost to the Chiefs. I don't think they've been able to recover since then, and I think they've just allowed Josh Allen to do whatever he wants.
They made excuses after that Bengals loss last year. All they did was make excuses.
Yeah, and you guys are right. I think that's what it comes down to. I think nothing's going to change with this team until they make changes and if it's not McDermott, it's going to be the offensive coordinator, and we see this all the time, but which sucks, like the franchise quarterback isn't going to go anywhere. Like, we'll see that same thing with the Chargers. We'll see the same thing with the Bills. You hired a guy to be the defensive coordinator, and then their defense isn't playing as well.
Yeah.
And
real
then
quick, Leslie Frazier also, I think, has been a big miss for this defense.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, he's not there anymore? He's somewhere else?
I think it was like a mutual parting of ways, supposedly, and then
right, yeah, he kind of, yeah.
I'm surprised they let him go. Yeah, he was killing it up there with him.
Then McDermott fired him.
Wow. I was gonna say one last thing on this subject. The way the Giants are going, you'll probably see McDermott get another year and Dayball just come on back. The way the Giants season is going, probably.
That's the only way. That's the only way I think Sean McDermott could save himself. Is if Dayball gets fired with the Giants and he's like, look, I'm going to bring him back as the OC. Give me one more year. Let me try it out with him being back, and we'll see how we do. I think that's the only way.
I think one thing I will say about McDermott, obviously I'm pissed off about his time management down the stretch, but I think in my mind, you give him the benefit of the doubt because before McDermott was there, the only window or time they were even relevant was under Rex Ryan, where they made that one playoff push. And it was Tyrod Taylor's best year. I think he sort of revived it, brought in the Bills Mafia, and started everyone getting wild. I think, if anything, they'll probably stick it out another year if this is kind of like the down year. and next year is going to really be the put up or shut up, because I think him, Vrabel, and Salah have kind of brought back a little bit of that mystique to those franchises. So I hope they don't get rid of those guys. Those guys seem like good coaches for the most part. Just obviously not a fan of McDermott's time management down the stretch in that game. But
all I'm gonna say, just real quick, I'm not gonna go the Bills route. I'm gonna go the Broncos route. They've responded after getting the crap beat out of them by the Dolphins, and that has to be kudos to Sean Payton. And I don't know what kind of Broncos team they have, but they have ballers with Justin Simmons, Patrick Surtain.
It's gonna take time, dude.
The receivers are B-, C+ receivers, not bad. But I really do think that he deserves a little bit of credit. I mean, they beat the Chiefs 2 weeks ago. Then they beat the Bills this week, and then Josh Dobbs is next on Sunday Night Football next Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting to see what they do there. But if they get to 5-5, like right now, the Chargers are like, if they get to 5-5, then the Chargers lose to Green Bay, and
stock's rising and stock falls.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see the way everything's going. But you guys know that if the Raiders beat the Dolphins next week, and the Bills beat the whoever the hell they're playing, the Jets. No, if the Jets beat the Bills, my bad. That's what it was. If the Jets beat the Bills and the Raiders beat the Dolphins, the Jets and the Dolphins will be playing for first place the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Damn.
So that's how crazy this division has been. But all right, let's move on now to our Week 10 NFL takeaways. Well, the fellas, Week 10 NFL takeaways. Vic, why don't you start it off?
Yeah, I just, one of the cool things about the Rams being on a bye week and not having to cover the Rams this week is I got the opportunity to actually watch a full slate of games this weekend. And honestly, to me, the best storyline the last 2 weeks has been Joshua Dobbs and what the Vikings are doing. I mean, last season we called the Vikings frauds just because they were winning all those one-score games. And I feel like this season, it's like I'm seeing a lot of people rooting for the Vikings just because you have Brian Flores, who, we know about the lawsuit and what's going on. And everybody said, look at that roster on defense, and you can't even name a guy on that defense are going to be bad. And he's got them, and they have him as a top 10 defense right now. He's blitzing 60% of the time, and he's getting it. Everybody knows they're going to blitz, and they're getting home on those blitzes. And just to see this team just right now, for me, they're the team I want to root for just because of everything. And you guys have talked about it. We talked about it on the Look Ahead episode where we talked about Kevin O'Connell and just a great job that he's doing. I know we're not big fans of the Sean McVay coaching tree, but I think out of that tree, he is the best one. I know that you had some success with Matt LaFleur, but we've seen that.
Excuse me, guy. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Let me get
to it, Dad. Don't worry.
No, I think the dude for Zach Taylor's been their best one.
Zach Taylor, but he's got Joe Burrow. He's really, look at what Kevin O'Connell with Kirk Cousins, and now with Joshua Dobbs, what he's been able to do the last year plus. I think warrants better. He's done better with that, and so for me, I give him more credit than Zach Taylor and the other guys that under that coaching tree. So for me, it's I'm gonna root for the Vikings the rest of the season. I'm not a Vikings fan, but I love the storyline, and I just think that it's a cool storyline to follow. Look, are they gonna win a Super Bowl? No, but it's just really cool. And then the whole storyline with Joshua Dobbs, you talked about it earlier, Fernando, about what happened with the Cardinals, where he was told he wasn't going to get traded, and then he does get traded, and it's just and then he's over there trying to learn the cadence with his offensive line, and then then this week he didn't know where he needed to go when he got to the stadium. They were directing him where the locker room was. So to me, this has been an awesome story. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Yeah, I think Kevin O'Connell deserves a Coach of the Year consideration. Being 5-0 without Justin Jefferson is pretty impressive. All the injuries they've had, and then one thing I do like, which Dan, it's gonna be coach speak right here, but like building that winning culture. Like this team is supposed to rebuild like a couple times, right? Like supposed
Now
to
he's a
rebuild.
coach, Fada.
Yeah, I'm a coach too apparently, but I'm gonna coach. Wait, what? I don't even know what you said, to be honest. But
He said
last
now
Now
he's
you're
a
a
year,
coach.
huh?
I said now you're a coach.
Oh yeah, but I'm trying to copy Dan here. But
No, I know.
one of those one-score games last year when they had a pretty bad team, and then this year they were supposed to kind of rebuild, but they started 0-3, and then go be sellers at the deadline, go trade everybody, go trade Danielle Hunter, and like nah, f that, like get Josh Dobbs over here, and like they make it work, and now they're 6-4, and then it kind of feels like the NFC is already like locked down. There's 7 teams already. Like the Vikings got the 7th seed. All right, everybody else go home and fight for Caleb Williams, or maybe not because we said he's not going to be good. So I don't know about that, but yeah, those
I don't like
comments.
any
I
quarterback.
don't know if you saw the comments from people got pretty riled up about the Caleb Williams take. But
Anyways,
anyways,
soft. That's
I
why.
do like that. No tanking, and the Vikings are the ones fighting and putting up a fight every single week. And it's just been fun to watch, and it's been impressive. I don't know how far they could go, like Victor said. And then also shout out to the GM, Kwesi. He traded for TJ Hawkinson, who had a great performance last week. He's been great. They go get Dobbs too. So that GM too is kind of doing the right way. And then I don't know what's gonna happen with Kirk Cousins. Maybe they resign him, maybe they don't. Like he was great before that, and that's credit to Kevin O'Connell. I think they're kind of playing with fire if they do resign Kirk Cousins, but that's a story for another day.
Dude, these
Going
people
off
are
of that
so
real
soft.
quick.
Some guy goes, you go straight to the kitchen when you lose at live tanky. I don't know what the hell this means. As a Sooner fan, we tried to warn you. Garbage take. I love how none of these people actually have pictures. The only one that does is the Hector
fake
guy
names too. Don't you love the fake names?
Yeah.
And then my favorite part though, listening comprehension is not a skill we practice today. It's unbelievable. But going back to
Well, that's what happened with us with Detroit Lions fans.
God, those I know they don't probably watch, like when they watch What's Up Bolts, they probably for whatever reason don't watch this or whatever. It's like we're big MCDC people. It's so crazy. Like
they thought we were talking crap about
no one
Dan
ever
Campbell,
called the Lions soft. No one ever called the Lions soft. They're just idiots, but whatever. The defense is soft. They gave up 38. Like that supposed hard-nosed defense, my ass. But anyway, going back to that, right? That's a big difference in coaching. When guys, have guys that come in and they automatically have to fit the system. And half of the time it doesn't work out. What Kevin O'Connell has done, most likely, he's built something around Dobbs' skill set, which you could tell right now, or you could tell the difference when you have those type of situations, which coach is worth his salt and which isn't. So that's been, like Vic said, amazing to see. Awesome. You root for it. Still rooting for MCDC in Detroit. I would give him coach of the year if they finish out the way I'm hoping they do, but that's just me.
Not bad.
Oh, wait, my week 10 takeaway. I forgot my week 10 takeaway. I'll be quick with it. MCDC, dude, give me a freaking heavy dosage of it. Inject it straight into my veins. Like I said, I think the Ravens game was an outlier. I think if they see another tough team like that, I think they'll do a lot better. But this is exactly the type of football that wins you games. Like, I love the demeanor. I love the freaking testosterone in the building. I love me some freaking MCDC. The guy's a stud. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a fat wad of dip packed into his lip on game day on the sideline. But just that's exactly how you win football games. You run the football efficiently, and that'll open up the pass. Even when you pass, you're passing high percentage, and they're turning it into big runs. Like I just love everything about the Lions. I honestly hope. Obviously, like my for real pick is the Eagles. I love Sirianni and everything he's done over there. I hope they do get it done this year. I thought they got robbed.
Dog in them.
Yeah, they got that dog. It's like a little pot. You put a flower in it, and then you got to water it. But I hope they get it done. I thought they were robbed last year, but that's a conversation for another time. If not, I would love to see, Motor City over there bring the first one home to Detroit. That's that's a long shot, but I absolutely love everything that's going on over there. I think more teams need to freaking adapt that type. Need to work a little more on the defense. That's for sure. That for sure is concerning, but offensively and just the culture around it. I'm loving everything I'm seeing.
It wasn't just that, Dan, but we talked of Ben Johnson just called a hell of a game. I mean,
He was toying
some
with
of the
that
play
defense.
like
he was toying
knew
with
exactly,
that defense.
Yeah, he knew exactly what to. I think they had the ball 12 times, and only out of 3 of them they didn't put up any points. One of them was a turnover on downs, one was a punt, and the other one was halftime.
Like we talked about on What's Up Bolts, little plug there. It is unbelievable and insane for me for a team to go for it on 4th down 9 times in a game and convert 8 of those. That to me tells you everything you need to know about the game.
Total, right? Yeah.
Oh, that was both teams combined.
No, but the Chargers only did 3 for 3. The Chargers were 3 for 3. Those guys were 4 for 5.
4 for 5. Okay, well,
they missed one early in the game, like in the
They got
the
greedy.
goal line one.
They got greedy. But
the rest of the time they
absolutely had their way with that defense. So that to me, that's exactly how you want to build an offense. Build the offense.
You take away those 2 big runs, and they did a great job against the run.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't tell me.
No. Okay, let's keep on going.
Hey,
don't tell me somebody said
no. Come on, let's keep on going.
Going off of Dan Campbell, I did like how like he knew the situation, and then he also has the belief in his players. Like when it was at 4th and 2, it was like, okay, I believe in you guys, but defense, let's be real, you guys suck today. So let's just kind of give the offense the ball today, and then go for on 4th and 2, run out the clock, and then kick the field goal. And it was still a pretty far field goal, right, Fernando? Was it like 41 yards?
41.
Yeah.
And, like it's not a gimme, so like it was still kind of a little like aggressive.
I love that though.
But he knew the situation. Like that. Exactly. That's a sign of a good coach. And they all kind of already knew the situation. They're on the right spots, and I think that was really showed him as a head coach.
What's the call now? You can't jump over the center. Like what Cam Chancellor used to do. You can't do that anymore.
I saw Derwin do it. It wasn't flagged. So
yeah. As far as I know,
jump over the center. I think.
I think you're right. You can do this side, like the other side.
Yeah.
You can't use them to prop you up either.
The leverage.
I don't know.
Yeah. Because I remember Cam Chancellor used to jump over the center. And he used to block those a lot of the time. Yeah. And they made it the Cam Chancellor rule where you can't. And I'm kind of like, dude, like
they're not so fun, like dude.
Any advantage?
We saw Myles Garrett do it, and he did it not over the center, but he jumped
sideways.
Over
Yeah. No, it's impressive, but
can I just
go ahead,
say about Dan Campbell? I thought, this is, I know we talk about trying to move on from coaches right off the bat, and he wasn't doing well, and then they stuck with him, and now he's, I think what are they, like 16-5? I think did like a really nice record the last whatever it is 20 games. But I just want to say, and I asked you guys on rapid fire, because if you look at that schedule, they have a really good chance at getting the number 1 seed. And I think if I'm them, I try to go get it, because you want Jared Goff playing in the dome or inside. You don't want to go to Philly. You don't want to go to the 49ers. You want to be able to make sure that you get to dictate. And I mean, that'll be a great thing for Detroit as well. But I just think that the next, as we close out the season, as we go down the stretch, I think the Lions are somebody you need to start looking at, because if they have a chance to get the number 1 seed, unfortunately they don't play the Eagles, but if you can see them in the playoffs, you'd rather see them at home.
Even if they get the number 2 and they get to have the home game against the 49ers, that'd be pretty big too. A team like that, and then maybe play the Eagles and Philly. Like I still think that Philly's gonna hold it down, but like if they like maybe just go 13-4, like, or maybe have like a tiebreaker, I don't know, but they do have a good chance, Vic. And one more thing before I move on, like, because again, I like to own on to my mistakes, and I was very critical of the Lions traded in Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift for Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Well, they were right. What the hell do I know, right?
By the way,
GM has done a great job.
Yeah.
By the way, look at what was just tweeted out by Trevon Diggs. Man, get 14. Man, 14 got to get up out of there.
Damn.
Isn't he out for the year?
Yeah, but he's talking about his brother, Stephon Diggs.
3 catches, 34 yards tonight, by the way.
Yeah. I was going to say the last thing.
Who Stephon Diggs wants to play with, right?
Don't worry. What?
You know who Stephon Diggs wants to play with?
Who?
Dak Prescott.
There's a certain quarterback who goes by Thor, right?
Yeah.
Son of Odin.
He put it in a comment. That boy nice. I'd love to play with something like that.
I don't
Like
know.
but
He's good, but he makes me a little nervous, dude. I don't know what kind of locker room
He's
guy
like, "How
he
to stay
is.
over there? Don't come here."
I don't know what kind of
Yeah.
locker room guys he is and all that
He's the
stuff. And I
James
think
Harden of the NFL, apparently.
I think that is so what's it called? That is so important to have unit cohesion. And I don't think people understand that. You could have the
Clippers
best,
don't.
you could
Coach
have the best players. You could have here we go. It's true though, whether you like it or not, you can have the best players on the field, on the pitch, depending on the sport. And if they have no unit cohesion, if they don't mesh, they're not going to be good. And I've seen it with these two eyes before, dude. Like,
by the way, we were walking the other day to go get Dan and I went on a walk, and all you hear is Mr. Ramirez.
oh my
And
God.
we turn around, 4 of his students were golfing near our house. And they're like, "How you doing?" He's like, He's like, "It is the weekend. You guys don't exist. Goodbye."
Yeah.
They started laughing. But
They
it was
started.
know
I
you.
saw him today too, and I was
Oh,
like,
really?
I was like, "What's up?" I was like, "What's up, dude?" I was like, "You guys over here stalking me," and they just started laughing and everything. No, you should have seen it for Altair. You would have been proud at practice or whatever, or on the
play
field.
scout team quarterback again.
No. I was scout team DB. I was locking up. I did the whole seatbelt, the little kid, everything. I was like, just like the kids say, you small. They
By
started
the way,
laughing, dude.
Keenan Allen has a jacket with the
Yeah.
back of it. It's him going too small against the Tennessee Titans when he did that.
Oh
I'm
my
like, that is a
God.
pretty chill,
Yeah.
pretty cool
Didn't they
jacket.
lose that game?
Look
I
at
We
don't
don't
that.
talk about those things. We don't talk
Okay,
about those
whatever.
negative
For the
things.
All right, let's go to our Compas NFL Power Rankings. Vic, take it away.
All right, I'm gonna give you mine. Mine is Eagles 1, Chiefs 2, 49ers 3,
Jeez.
Lions 4, and just to piss off the guys, I have the Ravens at number 5.
The Ravens. We're still doing this, dude. And the Chiefs at number 2. You're gonna put the Chiefs over the Niners. All right.
Gilbert, go ahead.
He's banking on
Yeah.
Roger
Hey,
to step
the
in.
49ers are not in first place. The Seahawks are.
You know, people are allowed to lose a game or two. Jeez, man.
Debo's back, dude. Debo's back.
Trent Williams.
Trent Williams back.
Oh, by the way, did you guys see that his comment after the game where he I think it was like a screenplay, so he was out blocking in the open field, and then the DB just ran away from him. He's like, I've never seen someone run away.
That dude's humongous.
He's a
that's why.
dog.
Go ahead, Gilbert.
Yeah, I hate my rankings because everybody lost this week and it doesn't feel right. But I'm just gonna go big picture here. Eagles number 1, the easy one, and then the Chiefs too. It doesn't feel right, the Chiefs, but they're like on a bye week. The Chiefs and
Guys
the
are
Eagles.
ridiculous, dude.
But we
amount
know
of
then,
Chiefs
like
love here.
when everybody loses, we're gonna go to the teams that we trust and have a good reputation. So 1 and 2. And then I don't feel right about making the 49ers number 3 all of a sudden again. But that's why I'm gonna go with the Bengals. They're in last place and they're not even in the playoffs right now. But I got Bengals number 3, and then the 49ers number 4, and then the Ravens number 5, which is a cursed position in the ranking.
Good.
Yeah.
Curse them. I love seeing their downfall.
Who?
The Ravens, the Packers, LaFleur. Oh, that was my other thing. Hey, guess what, fellas? It's a great week. LaFleur lost over the weekend. That's just a signal of the type of week we're going to have. It's going to be good.
He plays they play the Chargers this weekend.
If they lose to the Packers, shut the franchise down. It's over.
If they lose, I'm gonna check out what's up Bolts.
If they lose, I will go ballistic.
This is gonna be Travis Kelce. This is gonna be the Chiefs fans looking at Travis Kelce when they lose to the Eagles next week. This is gonna be Travis Kelce after the game.
I'm in love, and I don't care who's
All right.
I'm so sick of them.
Gotten better at avoiding the YouTube strike there. That was pretty good.
Oh, because I think there's a 15-second window.
Yep.
And I have 15 seconds to play with. So
I was quick to the point. We laughed.
Exactly. I'm creative.
I am so sick of them.
Eagles 1,
Oh,
49ers 2,
No.
Chiefs 3, Bengals 4, Lions 5. That's my
I'm surprised nobody, like, even with the Lions, I guess nobody has them. They have a top 3 record, but none of us
They
think
got
they're
beat
a
down
top
by the
three.
Ravens. I still.
I already told
Here
you
we
guys.
go.
I don't believe in anybody except for the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the 49ers. Those are
Yep.
the only three teams that I think that can make the Super Bowl. I don't think the Chiefs can beat either one of those two in the Super Bowl.
You know how the Chiefs can make the Super Bowl? Roger, can you hear me? I need another down. Automatic first down penalty.
Oh, not anymore. It's like you want
Roger,
Taylor
can you
Swift at the
hear
Super Bowl. You want Taylor?
me?
Give me this flag right here.
I bet you. Hold on. Speaking of
Roger,
that,
can you hear
I
me?
bet you they're gonna try and get her if he does make it to the Super Bowl. They're gonna try and get her to do a halftime show with Usher or something. They're gonna do something to get her involved.
Might as well
But
kick off Usher.
I
Like, you don't need
actually
him.
think that would be the first Super Bowl Dan doesn't watch. If she's there, I don't think Dan would watch it.
Imagine
she do the
Donna
national
Kelce and
anthem?
Taylor Swift,
Don't get me started.
Jackson
on the
Mahomes, Brittany
mother.
Mahomes.
Don't even get me started
Oh,
on the
no.
alleged offender over
And
there.
it's Vegas.
Hide
If
your
the
kids.
Chiefs make the Super Bowl, I'm gonna know it's rigged. It's over. It's over. The game
All right,
we grew up watching is not the same.
Now let's go to Fernando's favorite segment, picking
yeah.
5 NFL games. Why is it Fernando's favorite segment? Because he's pretty damn good at
Is
it.
he the top dog?
Top dog. I am the top dog. I went 4-1 last week.
2 and 3.
I am 26-19. Gilberto went 1-4 last week.
Whoa.
He's 21-24.
Oh, we're
Shout out to
tied.
me. What the
and
hell?
Daygo went 2-3. He's 21-24.
Who
Vic, the
screwed me over
producer,
the
went
weekend, dude?
2-3 and went
Man.
19 and he's 19-24.
I miss Kirk. Bring him back. I'm terrible without Kirk's competition.
All right, let's get it going. Thursday night football, Bengals at Ravens. I'm going to go with the Ravens. Dan?
They're gonna go with the Ravens.
Yeah.
Give me Joe Burr. They're gonna bounce back from the Texans loss. I don't think he's very happy. Is
Gilbert?
Jamar hurt? No, right?
No, but
Okay.
well,
Probably
it
not
took him a
here.
while. It took him some
He'll
to
be
get
okay.
there.
He'll be okay. They'll just give him a little dosey dose.
Their defense is hurting.
They're
Gilbert?
gonna be fine. Give me the Bengals.
This is a tough one, but I just named the Bengals the number 3 team in the NFL, so give me the Bengals.
Oh God.
Vic?
I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I say you guys a stat. The Bengals are 0-14 in primetime games on the road since I think in the last 10 years.
Yeah, but I don't know when Joe Burrow got there. I don't know what those stats are.
Steelers at Browns. I'm gonna go with the Browns. Dan?
Is it at Browns?
At Browns.
Give me Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. I think they're going to ride the high of the Ravens, and they're not going to be able to repeat that.
Vic?
Give me the Browns.
Gilbert?
Your boy Deshaun Watson might not play. He has a bum ankle, but does it matter?
Oh, really?
He might play, but he has an ankle injury. But give me regardless, PJ Walker is the same thing, right? So give me the Browns.
Yeah.
You know what? He's probably gonna go get a massage on his ankle and stuff to make sure he's good to go.
Allegedly.
So allegedly. I'm taking 2 Road Warriors right now.
Jets at Bills. I'm going Bills. Vic?
Yeah, give me the Bills. I don't know.
Dan?
Yeah, give me the Bills. If they lose against the Jets, shut the program down. It's over.
I always think you're gonna say something else. Gilbert?
What Dan said, give me the Bills. Shut it down if they lose.
Vikings at Broncos. I'm going to go with the Broncos. Vic?
At Broncos?
At Broncos.
You know what? I said they're the team that I want to root for, so I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Dan?
Give me the Broncos at Mile High. That's a tough place to play, and they're riding the Bills high.
Gilbert?
Can't copy Dan all the time, right? So give me the Vikings.
And our game of the week, Eagles at Chiefs. Give me the Eagles. Dan?
At Chiefs?
Yeah.
No. Give me the Eagles, Road Warriors. I hope they beat the crap out of them. The only thing that's going to be annoying, that's not the Sunday night game, is it?
No, it's a Monday night game.
It's a Monday night game.
Even worse. They're going to be talking about the Super Bowl so many times, which I think is so annoying. And then they're going to talk about if the Eagles win, the Eagles get revenge. No, they didn't. They still lost the Super Bowl, dude.
No, your guy Troy Aikman's on the call.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
What gets mentioned more? Is it Taylor Swift, the Kelce brothers, or the Super Bowl?
I think
Kelce brothers are Super Bowl.
I think
she's on tour. She's not even going to be there.
I hope she stays on tour. Go to freaking Neverland over there. Go as far as you can,
Gilbert?
dude. Stay away from the league.
Mm,
Don't do it. Don't do it. You ride them this whole time. Don't you dare.
fine. Give me the Chiefs.
There you go.
Home-
He's a
home
Jackson
team.
Mahomes guy.
Vic,
Yeah,
did I already
give me
go
the
with you?
Chiefs as well. They're at home,
Okay.
and like Dan said, they'll probably get a bunch of calls.
Exactly.
There you go.
Roger, can you hear me?
All right. Now let's go to Dan and Daygo and let's see what he's got cooking up for us.
I know what you're saying now. You see me again. You're saying, hello, Dan and Daygo, my old friend. Well, it's good to see you all again. And let me tell you something. It is getting into that season, hoodie season. We all love hoodies, right? Shout out to hoodie season. Not only is right now the time where you're starting to get your pumpkin spice lattes and all that other crap, but let me tell you something better that'll keep you warm. Shout out to Compas on the Beat. We got hoodies over here. Go check them out. I kid you not. You know me. Dan and Daygo is always a truth teller. I kid you not. You can get that hoodie, put it on out of the package. It's going to be comfortable. I kid you not. One of my favorite hoodies that I own. Absolutely love it. I love that now we're getting into the hoodie season again. So that way I don't look like a maniac wearing a hoodie in 80-degree weather or whatever. Check it out. CertifiedCompass.shop. Go over there, order a hoodie. I'm telling you, you cannot go wrong. Black Friday's coming up. Colder weather's coming up. Christmas is coming up. Hell, for Halloween, I don't know. You want to dress up like your Compas? Shout out to all you. Go and get it. Go and do it. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Absolutely, you will not regret that purchase. So once again, go to CertifiedCompass.shop. You will not regret the hoodie. And real quick, don't forget, check out our other shows. We got a little House of Horns. We got a little What's Up Bolts. We got a little regular Compas on the Beat. We got a little combat Compas for everybody who loves fighting. And if you love everything, the champions, be sure to check out Compas FC over there. The lads have got you covered. But anyway, let's just get back to the program. Nah, you already know who's taking over this show with everybody saying it. It's Dan and Daygo. Yeah, you already know it's our favorite segment of the week. It is Burial of the Week. Cue the music. This is our week to let it all out. Do not forget, whether you're on audio, you're watching this, why don't you put in your Burial of the Week in the comment section? Very therapeutic for you. Get it out there. Get it out there. Let's see what you're burying. Cue the music.
Come on. Music.
It is.
Oh, with it.
He's here.
Yes.
Oh,
That was terrible.
all right. Vic, go ahead.
Who's going? Me?
You, yeah.
I'm gonna go with here. Let me throw this up, and I'm gonna go with the Steelers Packers blown call. So, the Steelers were complaining a couple of weeks ago after the Jaguars win. When they lost to the Jaguars, about how the refs stole the game from them, and you had Deontay Johnson complaining about it. Like most of the team was complaining about it, and then against the Packers on Sunday, you have a ball that gets thrown behind, and you can tell that the ball was thrown behind, and it was called an incomplete. They went to the replay, and the call stood. Now, had the Packers, if the call was overturned, they would have scored there, and who knows, the Steelers probably lose this game. I just you you didn't hear any complaints from the Steelers at this point after that happened. So my biggest thing is, like, it's always, karma is always going to happen. What goes around comes around. And so that's why I just don't think you should complain. Like, look, if you lose, look, it's part of the game. It happens. Officials are going to miss a call. But when you have things like this happen, you shouldn't always just blame the referees, because sometimes you'll get the benefit of a call. And you got one this week against the Packers. And I'm not a believer in the Steelers. I feel like the Steelers are last year's Vikings. Like, they've been outgaining every game, and somehow they're 6-3. Look, kudos to Mike Tomlin and the job he's doing, but I just don't believe in this team. I just don't understand how they're people don't say how they're frauds, like we were talking about with the Vikings last season.
Gilbert, go ahead.
Yeah, well, real quick, I feel like people don't call them frauds because nobody expects them to be a Super Bowl contender. They're like, maybe they'll make the playoffs and that's about it. But like, the Mike Tomlin thing is like, they'll be like 9 wins, 10 wins, and it's like, all right, see you later. But I don't know. But for me, because I'm getting ready to go to Oklahoma, I have to check in for my Oklahoma flight, and it's annoying because my partner Caroline, who's over there somewhere hovering,
Shout out.
wants to check in bags, and I am a cheap person who doesn't want to pay for extra bags. So and it's time consuming. You have to go wait for your bag, you have to go check in your bag. Anyways, but I hate doing it, and yeah.
No
Barry,
hables de
the airline.
nosotros, my love.
Yes, because you guys are recording so late. But yeah, what is it, like $80, $100? Like I'm
Look how he flips
losing
it
my
on
mind
us.
here. Yeah, but I don't know. I might complain a lot, so brace yourself.
How long is this flight?
It's a 3-hour flight.
3 hours, yeah.
Good luck.
But usually I go Southwest and you just get 2 free. By the way, people should take the Southwest method, 2 free bags, but nobody else does it. I'm taking
You
American.
didn't get the Expedia? And Expedia, it always tells you.
I'm the
always tells
carry-on.
you.
Whatever I can fit, or whatever I can fit in my little
carry on. Yeah.
I'm the same way, but
I'm gonna go next.
Let me just say, can I just say something real quick? I took Allegiant to get here today, and I took a little backpack because you gotta work the system, but it was just be by myself. When you're traveling with your significant other, it's a different situation. So I totally understand.
Bro. They have makeup, they have all this stuff. It can't fit in a bag like us. We're just
I'm gonna fold in my suit jacket for the wedding, my tux, and
that one is a toughie.
One time we picked up my uncle, my 2 cousins, and my aunt from the airport. No. Dan, remember, they were the ones that had a lot of suitcases. She only had one.
Yeah.
They were the ones that needed outfits every day. They needed this. And
you're going to Mexico. Those Mexico trips with the family, man. Freaking maletos are huge, man.
I'm not doing any of those anymore. I'm done with that. Hell no, I'm done with all that crap.
We're gonna make a documentary.
I'm gonna enjoy my vacations now. But speaking on that, I'm gonna go with the Lane Kiffin stuff. I know he's been catching some flack from softies, Swifties, softies, all that stuff. No, I'm
same people.
But he's been catching flack, and I kind of get, I understand, but when you disappear on a team for
2 weeks,
and you don't call anybody back, you don't do anything. It's like Lane Kiffin said in the audio, like, I can't, if I have a mental health issue, I can't just leave and not answer my boss. Like, when my boss calls me, I have to answer and say yes. He was right for kicking him off the team. And the guy just kind of says, well, I have mental health issues. Like, just kind of like whatever. It's like, dude, there are people that are going through some stuff. And like, if you're just using that as an excuse to like work the system in a sense, then that's sad, because there are some people that are actually going through stuff and you're just using that as an excuse. I don't know what, I mean, obviously Lane Kiffin has a complicated history, but I didn't think there was anything wrong with that. By the way, the kid recording, that was BS. Like, you're really going to record that? Like,
BMK.
Yeah, but I mean,
recorded him saying that? I had no idea.
Yeah, he recorded it.
The leaked audio was
his,
from the kid recording him. Like,
who else would it be from?
Yeah. So nobody in Kiffin's camp is gonna leak that. But I saw that he caught some flack over the last 2 weeks, and I'm kind of like, dude, this isn't like, he didn't do anything wrong. Like, and then he kicked him off the team. He's like, you're done. Like, you're out of here. And I was like, yeah, that's like, you can't just let somebody skip for 2 weeks, not hear from him, and then expect that you're gonna have a job. Like, Gilbert, why don't you don't do anything for the next 2 weeks and
don't answer your phone.
You can come back and work.
Mental health reasons.
Exactly. And they'll probably accept it from you because you run that place. So you're the guy. But
I'm just
well, like, I didn't know the whole context. So like, that's like I'm actually on your side now for now. I was wondering where I was gonna go here, because people just see, like, the way I saw it was just like the wording, and it didn't sound good for Lane Kiffin.
Of course,
Lane Kiffin uses naughty words to get
so
like
that. Like, which is kind of funny, but I was like, okay, you can't say that, Lane. And then when you added the content about him disappearing for 2 weeks and no phone call, Then I'm back on
everybody told him, dude, coach
From the
is trying
head
to get a
coach
hold of
down.
you,
Yeah.
this, that. Like,
Yeah.
can you imagine? Like, I understand, like, when you're a head, and I mean, obviously, we know coaches, how stressed they are. Like, some of these guys live at the facility. They have so many things to worry about. Then you have to worry about a kid being disappeared for 2 weeks and then having to track him down and everything. Like, it's just added more. And I'm sure Lane is coaching for his job. So yeah, I just think, and then I think it was leading into the Georgia game. So that Georgia game was going to be big. They lost, but that was a big game they were heading into. So it's just, it's a lot of just BS. And I think the kid's just one of those kids that's been, and what did he said something about your mommy, something about his mom. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm sure mommy told you to say that you had mental health issues and come in here and complain like that, but that's not how you're gonna fix things. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right, like that was
when I read the quote, it reminded me of like something JB would say. I want to
shout out.
I can show you what JB said. He tweeted it out.
No, and you bring up a great point there too, because like we haven't really gotten into the whole Stetson Bennett just leaving the Rams. Like, nobody knows.
Yeah,
and then this weekend he's in Georgia being honored, and like nobody's asking. I'm like, okay, like we don't know what's going on with Stetson Bennett. Like, it's just weird, and it's like, you have to kind of walk around it, and it's like everybody.
I saw the guy at the game, and I'm like, who is that? That guy looks very familiar. Yeah. And I think Dan he's like, that's Stetson Bennett. I'm like, geez. I'm like, what is he doing? Like, it's just, I completely agree with what you're saying.
You can't let go of the college days. That's why, apparently.
Gilbert, he wanted to go back to college. Here's real quick the quote. You have an effing head coach. This is a job. Guess what? If I have mental health issues and I'm not diminishing them, I cannot see my effing boss, or I cannot not see my effing boss. When you were told again and again, the head coach needs to see you, it wasn't to make you practice. It wasn't to make a position. You don't effing want to do. Oh, that was the reason. He wanted him to convert from defensive line to offensive line, and the kid just disappeared because he didn't want to do it. So then he go, hold on, this is a funny part. It was okay. It was to talk to you and explain to you in the real world, okay, because I don't give an F what your mom says, okay, or what you think. In the real effing world, you show up to work and then say, hey, I have the mental health issues. Okay, I can't do anything for 2 weeks, but if you change my position, I won't have mental health issues. I guarantee if we effing called you and said you were playing defense, would you have had mental health issues? Would you have been in practice? Would you have skipped 2 weeks of workouts? Damn. Like, that's just...
He lit into him.
Yeah, he really
not,
did.
Coach. Good on him.
Exactly. Dan, go ahead.
Just to piggyback off of that, like the way we were talking about last week, no, that's fine. You can switch it because it kind of leads into it. You can't make excuses by just picking up hot words that people like to hear. I mean, like, people are relying on you. Like, at one point or another, people are relying on you. And in my mind, it's very selfish when you say, oh, I need this, so because I didn't have this, I did this. And it's idiotic to me. So that kind of leads me into the whole David Beckham thing. Like, I've been watching this doc, and I thought, it was going to be cool. It was going to be interesting. I have not liked David Beckham at all. Hell of a player. I think he is so soft. It is unbelievable to me. The fact that he's, daddy screamed at me and tried to coach me up and this and that to play better or whatever it was. Yeah, it's called a little motivation, son. I bet you would sacrifice those times with your dad to have the outcome that you had. I'm sure you don't want to be some factory worker in Westminster or whatever. I probably Worcestershire, whatever the hell, some random town. So that to me, absolutely soft. And then his whole, I'm at the part right now with the scandal of him having an affair. The whole, well, my family wasn't here, and but like, that's your reason for stabbing your family in the back.
But was it real though? Suppose it's like a tabloid and they didn't buy it. But
sure.
What, the affair?
Yeah, sure.
I believe it, bro.
All that stuff is real.
All that stuff's
everybody has.
They just try and paint it in different lights. Like, we remember.
He never denied it though on the documentary.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I haven't gotten that
but
far yet.
watch these now.
Right.
They're all PR effect. They just
Yeah,
sweep
that's all
stuff
it
under the
is.
rug.
That's all
They
it
were like,
is.
yeah, we talked about it, and now let's
Yeah.
move on. And
Yeah,
and
that
all
was the same thing with the Urban Meyer thing. They barely even talked about some of the important stuff that went
the
down there.
Pouncey twins, the
Yeah,
Hernandez stuff,
like
Cam Newton stealing all those laptops.
exactly, and that's what I'm talking about. Like in this doc, I think it has made him look so soft that it's like anything I had in high regards for this player, I can't deal with it. It's almost hard to watch moving forward. So soft. How he talks about not having, like, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge family guy, but it's like in my mind, you know, he talks about how the media, the paparazzi are everywhere, this and that. You can't have everything in this life, dude. You wanted the fame, you wanted the immortality on the pitch, you wanted everything. It's going to come with some negatives, just like you're going to get whistled in the stadium and they're going to follow you around. It is what it is. I'm sure he would not sacrifice any of those paychecks, endorsements, or anything else for privacy. I don't want to even hear that manure. It goes hand in hand. It is what it is.
I love that
Another
when what's the first kid's name? What, Mercedes or
No, Brooklyn.
When he was first born, like they come out like the prince and princess, and they announce, "Oh, our son has been born." And
Yeah.
Leave
So
us alone,
weird,
please. No
so weird.
photos.
photos.
The other thing that bothers me, that leads me from the link everything here, he was talking about that time in Spain, and he's like dealing with the whole cheating stories and all this stuff. And he's like, how could I go into the pitch and train? And how could I go and act like nothing is going on? Hey, that's part.
Takes it up the paw.
Yeah. But you know, in my mind, that's part of being an adult. I'm not going to say a man, because I'm sure women have to deal with that stuff too, and they have to just keep grinding forward. Like that's part of being an adult. Like people are relying on you. Like I'm sure everyone on this pod right now has stuff they're going through, but every single day we show up to a recorder, we show up to our jobs without an excuse. So I'm sick of this. I think, you know, society has made us soft. I think, you know, well, not to get too far into it, but our grandfathers are rolling in their graves, and it's unbelievable.
Well, Dan, look at the soccer reference. Ronaldo partied every day, but always showed up and made 4 goals for Real Madrid.
Always, that was the GOAT. The GOAT.
He was like a party guy in that documentary. He's always showing up, making goals.
You know what I'm saying? Like every time I hear these stories, I think, Jesus' name, these guys are soft. Because what I always go back to in my foundation, right? My grandfather had it a lot harder than I did. He grew up in the Depression. So anything that I have to face is an absolute joke. So moving forward, everybody just have some gratitude, you know, be thankful for what you have, move forward. Don't dwell on the negatives, and you got to push, dude. There's no other way. This life isn't a spectator sport. You got to
play
keep
the
moving.
violin music when he talks like that.
Exactly. You see what I do here, Frau? I give excellent takes. I give some life advice.
You need some like coach speak audio for Dan when he goes like in a long like rant.
This is
We're gonna clip
all
this
of it straight
motivation.
facts.
You gotta believe,
straight
guys.
facts. You gotta believe. You gotta move forward.
He was wearing a Believe shirt yesterday.
Stop being
after
soft.
the Chargers lost, so I think he still believes.
It's unbelievable.
And one more nugget that from the Beckham docs, I actually liked it. I feel like he didn't really like grow up. Beckham was until like he was gonna run away to the MLS. Terrible, his little fight with freaking Landon Donovan. But then like he had to stay for that final season with Real, and then he actually won something. He's like, oh crap, it's actually not that bad. You stick around, don't hide.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, the crazy part is that like Dan Patrick's had Landon on before on his show, and he always pokes at him. He's like, hey, like one time he had him on right before Christmas. He's like, are Victoria and David coming over for the holidays? And then he's like, yeah, and he's like, and then we're gonna go out into the back and we're gonna fist fight. We're gonna drunk fist fight. And then he's like, who's your money on? He's like, well, I always put my money on me. He's like, I think Beckham could take you. And like Landon used to get pissed with those. But it was because they really hated like Landon Donovan, in my opinion, went the BMA route. No, BMK route. And he's like telling the media he doesn't even care about being here.
Why would he care?
He went too far though. Keep it in the locker room when it comes to stuff like that.
Exactly. Who has the worst voice in your opinion, Dan? Patrick Mahomes or Landon Donovan?
I haven't gotten to the Landon Donovan part. No, Mahomes always takes the cake. I hate his voice. I hate his family. His daughter's innocent for now. about his parents are fine. I mean, I never see them, so he needs to get his wife the hell out of there and his brother. Like, it's
Oh, his
over.
wife just signed on with Kim Kardashian's underwear, like whatever,
Yeah.
like
To do
clothing brand.
what? Model?
Model.
Who wants to see
Right.
her model,
All right,
dude?
let's go.
She's like,
All right,
what's
let's
the
go to
yellow bird?
Avocado
What's
Roast
the
now,
yellow
so
bird's
that
name
Vic
for
can continue getting ready for his wedding. In honor of Napoleon Dynamite, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
In honor of the Napoleon movie set to hit theaters on Thanksgiving
Shut
weekend,
out. I'm so
vote for
hyped.
Pedro. What is your favorite historical film to watch? Oh, this is boring.
You're a loser. I want it to be known you're a loser.
I'm gonna go with The Patriot. I've always
Yes.
loved The Patriot. I think that's a great movie, especially because the bad guy in that, I can't remember his name, but he's also Draco Malfoy's dad in Harry Potter.
Colonel Tavington.
Yeah, that guy. I think he's a great villain. I think he's always been very good. You know, it's funny. The other day, Mom and I were watching Harry Potter, and she's like, "Why does he look so familiar?" I'm like, "He's the bad guy in The Patriot." She got so mad. She's like, "I hate that guy." Like in that movie, it pisses me off. But I think it's a great movie. I think it's one of Mel Gibson's like classics. And I actually, that movie to me is amazing, especially at the end when he's like waving the flag and everything. Like that's just America. I love it. By the way, Dan, did you see your quarterback running out onto the field with an American flag?
Frown. It's inappropriate, so I won't repeat what I put in the chat, but he's the guy, dude. He is the guy. He is the guy.
All right. Vic, go ahead. What's yours?
I'm gonna go with Forrest Gump. I mean, if it was on, I would watch it. Like it as I've gotten older, it's gotten a lot sadder. You understand more of it, but
Yeah, for real.
like for me, it was like the football angle of it. Having this like guy, who was on the spectrum, be able to just do all these things. I mean, of course, it's not true, but for me, it was just going through the 60s, the 70s. The music in this movie was really good.
The cameos were the best too.
Oh
dude.
yeah, the cameos. So for me, it's Forrest Gump.
I got shut in the Botox. Oh, really? I'd love to see that. Okay. Both
Yeah.
hands down.
With
She needs to go back to Greenbow, Alabama.
I
Can
started
we
drinking
agree?
Dr. Pepper because of
Oh.
that movie too.
You know what I love though? The part when he's like, they had a lot of friends that were really angry and they liked to use the F word. They were known as the Black Panthers.
Yeah.
I thought
Can
that
we all
that was
agree? Jenny's a top 5 movie villain of all time, dude. She is the worst.
Johnny.
I'd go with another thing, but Halloween just passed. Gilbert.
Yeah. I'm kind of joking with this, but I actually did learn a lot from Bill and Ted. Going back into time and
What?
Bill and
Bill and Ted. You remember Keanu Reeves and the other white guy?
Gladiator.
What? No, Bill and Ted. They go back into time and they hang out with Napoleon, and I thought that was pretty cool. I learned a lot. But you guys never seen Bill and Ted? Come on.
Yeah,
Because
I
we're
know you have,
adults.
Vic. And there's like 3 of them, and I remember watching them as a kid on TV, and like they would just go back into time and learn about history. So come on, learn
that makes
about
sense.
history.
Yeah.
With Keanu Reeves, but
Keanu Reeves.
I'll go with a war movie, I guess. Obviously, Saving Private Ryan.
Shout out.
I like Fury. What else?
Shout out.
Platoon.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen, by the way. So a lot
You
of
have
war
some
movies I
good
could go
ones.
with.
Yeah,
But yeah.
you have a lot of good ones.
All right, this is gonna be interesting. Dan.
Yeah, so what comes to mind are 2 films. I love Braveheart, to piggyback off Mel Gibson. I think Braveheart is such an excellent film. Obviously, taking on the British, I'm always going to be a fan of. I got to watch that movie. Absolute love that film. Love that film. Another one for me is The 300. I absolutely, even though people say it's fake, yada, 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 the spray tans or whatever, I take that fundamental basis of Spartan society and I try and bring it to the football team. Like that's my main thing where it's
Play
like
the music.
Oh, there we go. Just real quick. There's no I's. There's only us and we's. So playing as a single unit and everything like that. I was trying to get, play the movie, but I mean, it's probably too graphic for a bunch of high schoolers. So it is what it is.
I think you'd have to get them to sign a permission slip.
Well, yeah, but I wanted to show one scene, a battle scene, but too graphic, but it is what it is. And the last one, I think, to piggyback off of Mel Gibson's trifecta, we were
Megan
soldiers.
Rapinoe's documentary.
No one cares about her. We were soldiers, the blasphemer over there. We Were Soldiers, I think, is an excellent film also. I think it depicts such a divided time in the U.S., and it shows really just when you remove barriers and get down to the, I don't know what you call it, the basic nuts and bolts of humanity. We're not all that different, and we're going to band together to survive and things like that. I love We Were Soldiers. Wish
That
there was
movie's crazy when they take off his pants
skin.
and the dude has like
Skin,
his skin burned off
after the napalm. Yeah, after the napalm.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought you were gonna go with Pearl Harbor.
no, Pearl Harbor, like it's a cool film, but I mean, it's not really that real. I don't know how real it is.
The love of your life is in that movie.
Oh, shout out Kate Beckinsale, dude. No, and those flight scenes are so sick that, you know what's another good one? Red Tails. That one has some awesome flight scenes, which going back off of it real quick, just quick little rant. The fact that the Washington Commanders didn't go with Washington Red Tails, that pisses me off. That would have been so sick, dude. You honor the Tuskegee Airmen. You have an air raid to start the game or whatever you want. Like, there were so many cool things they could have done. Instead, they settled with the Commanders. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you know what's another excellent film? I will say this. Into the Storm, a movie about Winston Churchill during the war. Absolutely wonderful. I didn't like The Darkest Hour as much, but.
All right. Real quick, I know it says 2 minutes on it, but I'm gonna try and go through this clip pretty fast. It's not gonna get us hit with nothing. Gilbert, don't trip. What, Dan? You're gonna find this hilarious. All right, watch this.
2 minutes.
Arrowhead Stadium is electric this Sunday as Taylor Swift is here before the kickoff, cheering on her man Travis Kelce. My God,
no.
Beautiful.
I'm thinking about breaking up with Taylor.
Taylor Swift. Oh my God.
That's not what I said. I didn't say that.
That motherfucker's gonna break up with her. I think he's gonna break up. He's gonna break up with Taylor. Travis Kelce's gonna break up with Taylor. I think he's gonna break up.
Jesus.
Oh no.
They're gonna charge the field.
Makes the song.
Oh no.
What is it, like Beavis and Butthead?
That's
like,
what it looks
that's
like.
what it looks like.
Oh no.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, he kind of. You better make sure it works out. Like, I just say that.
Get your goddamn hands off me!
It sounds like him too.
Why do you want to leave me?
This is the crazy part, and this is so true.
Like a horror movie.
Yeah, for real. This is good.
Uh-oh.
Oh my.
You know I would never say that. You know how tight we are, Tay-Tay. Come on.
Why do you have to lie to me?
Oh my God.
I love you. And you want to break my heart? Why can't you love me?
All right, I'm gonna have nightmares, bro. Thanks.
Dude, this is so well made. If you're on audio, you're gonna have to check this out. Oh, how does it end though?
Well, I mean, obviously they broke his knees.
What? Let's talk about the real issue. Why the hell is his quarterback throwing him under the bus like that? But you see what I'm saying? I say it's a cult. That you saw in motion right there. That probably is gonna happen at some point.
All right. Well, before we head out, Vic, Dan and Daygo and I will not be there, but we want to congratulate you and Megan on your wedding. That's going to be so awesome. We wish you eternal happiness for you guys.
Exactly.
I hope you guys have a lot of fun, and obviously we can't wait to see pictures on social media. And again, don't watch Runaway Bride. Don't watch any of those movies. Like, make sure you stick to positive thoughts. Dan, I was saying before you came on that I feel like it's going to be like at Love is Blind, where they're all standing around.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah, of course, this scumbag's over here trying to stir the pot, trying to get a little pull action on the.
Gotta check. Yeah, you're ready. But then I'm sure Vic is looking at the shotgun behind him, and yeah, he's not gonna run away.
Hopefully, you guys do get to go do some shooting or some horseback riding or something like that. That would be cool.
I would love to
alright.
see Gilbert on a horse.
with
Uh,
white pants.
yeah, that'd be nice. I rode a donkey not too long ago, so that
Oh,
was
so
an
an ass
experience.
on an ass. That's interesting.
Yeah. And I've gone shooting maybe once, and it didn't go well for me either.
Oh, really? You didn't like it or what?
No, because a stupid thing ricocheted into my eye, so I didn't like it.
Is there a video on that?
Next
It was
time
a
you
long-
come,
it was a
next
long
time you
time ago.
next time you come down, we'll take you shooting, dude. No worries.
I'm
One
not
time,
an
Dan
outdoors
and I-
person like you, Dan.
You know
One
what?
time, Dan and I
I'm not
were at
outdoorsy like you.
Oh, I need to be more outdoorsy.
we were at a shooting range, and some guy's like, "Hey, it's not really going," and he had the gun pointed right at his right
like
at
an
us
idiot.
that.
You see
And
a
they
lot of
ran
those
over, and they're
videos.
like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" And he's like, "Oh, sorry."
You see
I'm
a lot
like,
of those
Jesus.
videos, dude. Like these people are literally stupid. Like,
But Vic, again, congratulations.
yeah,
Have
have
fun.
a blast,
and-
dude. Play the
and,
country music.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you guys should do entrance music. So that would be actually really funny.
I hope someone has a fiddle down there who's about to go off, dude.
Oh, that's what Dan thinking you're gonna have like some banjo and
Banjo.
all kinds of-
Also
We
a
just have a
banger.
DJ.
it's gonna
Also
be
a
like in
banger.
Back to the Future 3. But congratulations, Vic, and with that, let's get out of here because we know that Vic has to get ready for the wedding. I'm sorry, wait, we have to make it all about Gilberto. Gilberto has to get some rest before
Yeah.
he heads out to
He's
the
got a
wedding.
long flight.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
gonna
take the
complain
bag,
for 5
too.
hours or whatever. Jesus.
You don't envy Caroline, do you?
No, I
Dan?
do not.
But thank you guys so much for checking it out. For this episode out, audio listeners, you guys have to come over and watch that video of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that
and
was
Travis
insane,
Kelce.
dude.
You guys will get a kick out of that. But again, thank you guys so much for checking it out. Don't forget to check out House of Horns, What's Up Bolts, and everything else. Again, and check out the live that Gilbert and I did. We talked Chargers, Lions, Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Texans, and
I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check that out
I
tomorrow.
can't remember the other one.
I forgot.
Yeah, I can't remember the other one. But again, we appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Everybody, come on, let's go like the videos. Let's go comment and make sure you be a compa and tell a compa again. But thank you guys so much. Gilbert, ¿sabes qué? Vámonos.
Yeah, I gotta go pack and then get my white jeans and my luggage
still
too.
haven't
you know?
packed?
It's I got time, okay? But it's on to Oklahoma. Check in, fellas, Ramirez brothers, that I'm okay. It's safe and sound, but I think Victor and Megan got me. But it's on to the wedding week. On that note, y nos vamos, pues, vámonos.